Assalamu alaikum everyone, hope you are doing well. So in today's class I'm going to discuss really important thing, and this is disequilibrium in the market. And this topic really confuses a lot of students, and if you're doing AS level economics, then this is the part of unit number 3. And let's have a look on this disequilibrium part, and it happens in case of government intervention, when government interferes and intervenes in the market and distorts the market equilibrium, that is called disequilibrium. In case of disequilibrium, quantity demand is not equal to quantity supplied. So disequilibrium is further divided into two parts. One is minimum price and the other one is maximum price. So in this video class I'll discuss what minimum price is. Right, so first of all, look into the basic definition of minimum price. Minimum price, that is also known as a price floor, refers to the lowest legal price at which a good or service can be sold. And this is the lowest price, means sellers can charge price more than this minimum price, but they cannot charge less than this price, right? Okay, so graphically, if you look into into this concept, then it is really easy to understand. And keep in mind, minimum price is set by the government above equilibrium, and it results in surplus supply of goods and services. For example, if we draw the diagram, you can see it here right now. So we have to draw the axis. This is origin point. On X we have quantity, and on Y we have price. We have to draw a demand curve that is negatively sloped like this, and we have to draw the supply curve that is positively sloped like this. So demand and supply curves meet each other at point E, forming an equilibrium where price is P and quantity is Q. Let's assume this price is $10 for a certain product. It may be like some agricultural good. Generally, government fixes minimum and maximum prices for basic necessities and agricultural goods. Okay, so if government thinks that $10 price is not sufficient for the producers to carry on production or earn some profit, then to motivate them, government may guarantee a minimum price to the farmers by saying that they will get minimum price P1, that may be like $12, let's say. So government guarantees the sellers that they will receive minimum $12. They can receive more than 12 but not less than $12 in the future. So this is the kind of guaranteed price. When farmers are reluctant to produce goods at $10 price because they might think that this price is not fair for them, so to ensure the continuous revenue and a little profit for the sellers as well, definitely government may ensure them that they will receive at least $12 price, and price will not go below $12. If people don't purchase at $12, then government itself will buy goods from the farmers and put them in the buffer stock. Buffer stock is basically the storage house that is, or warehouse that is basically formed by the government to store extra supplied goods in the market. So this is minimum price. Although the name is minimum, but this price is above the equilibrium, keep in mind. Here minimum means minimum limit. You can charge more than this but not less than this. So I'm repeating this thing for you so that you understand and keep in mind perfectly. So at price $12, there are many consumers that won't be able to purchase the product or willing to purchase the product, so demand will decrease. The new demand will be like at price $12, new demand will be up to point A, and if we draw the perpendicular, then we can find quantity here as well. Let's say this is 50 units of a product and this is quantity demand. Right, but at price $12, if we move with this minimum price line up till point B, then quantity supplied will be B, and we can also draw a perpendicular from point B to find out the quantity supplied. So quantity supplied is let's assume 120 units of a product. So this is quantity supplied. It means at price $12, consumers are willing to purchase only 50 units, but sellers are willing to sell 120 units. So supply is much more than the demand, resulting in surplus of supply. Right, from point A to B, this gap represents surplus of supply, means supply is greater than demand. Supply is greater than demand. And you can also identify surplus of supply from here as well. So from 50 to 120, or the gap between QD and QS, is surplus supply of labor, surplus quantity of goods and services, not labor, sorry. Okay, so if it is minimum wage, then there will be surplus supply of labor, but in this case we are talking about goods, so this is surplus supply of goods, keep in mind, because minimum price or minimum wage law is also used in labor market as well. So how much is the surplus? 50 to 120, there is gap of 70 units. So there are 70 extra units supplied by the producers, but they are not demanded by the consumer. So government itself will purchase, because government has guaranteed minimum price, this one $12. So government itself will purchase 70 units of the product. Let's say it's wheat, right? Let's say it's wheat. Generally government supports farmers to ensure their income by setting minimum price. So 70 units will be purchased by the government itself and kept in buffer stock. Again, buffer stocks are the storage houses that are held by the government, and government holds some stock of goods for the future. If there is any kind of shortages in the market in the future due to any kind of natural disaster, sometimes wars may occur, and that may lead to lesser production in the industry. So as a result, government will supply goods from the buffer stock to support the consumers. And sometimes there is no such scenario or situation or condition arising in the market, so this surplus supply that is kept in the stock may be exported to the other countries to earn foreign exchange as well. And if we look into the basic impacts of minimum price, the first impact is there will be surplus supply. Surplus supply is when supply is more than demand, supply is greater than demand in the market. And surplus is purchased by the government itself and kept in buffer stock. In the next point you can add is this extra stock can be released in the future within the domestic market if needed due to any kind of uncertain situations, maybe due to natural disasters or maybe due to wars, etc. And government may also sell it to the other countries to earn foreign exchange as well. So it increases export earning of the government as well. So this is how you can make the diagram of minimum price, and you can look into the impacts and calculations as well. One more important thing that you must know is sometimes examiner shows minimum price below equilibrium, like here. For example, if government fixes minimum price at this point that is below equilibrium, let's say it's P2 or it's let's say $8, then it will be totally ineffective. Ineffective means this will not cause a disequilibrium in the market, because demand and supply will move back to the equilibrium position. It happens because this is minimum price is the minimum limit, and sellers are allowed to charge more than the minimum price. So if they are allowed to charge more than $8, then why will they charge $8 while they can sell it at equilibrium price $10, and they can sell more quantity as well? So definitely they will move back to the equilibrium position. So equilibrium will be restored automatically if minimum price is set at any point below the equilibrium price, right? So minimum price below equilibrium is ineffective. It doesn't causes any kind of surplus, any kind of shortage. It does not affect equilibrium market price, equilibrium market quantity, or it does not basically affect consumer surplus, producer surplus, or any other economic indicator, because it will move back automatically to the equilibrium position. And another really important thing that you must know is that generally examiner asks in the questions in the papers, examination papers, that is, if government wants to restore, government has set equilibrium like minimum price above equilibrium at P1, and now government wants to restore the initial equilibrium position. So what changes should arise in price, quantity demand and quantity supplied? So keep in mind we are already at this point. So if we need to move back to the equilibrium price, then equilibrium price is P, so we will move downward. So equilibrium price should fall, and then what should happen to the quantity demand? At price P1 you can see that quantity demand was this much, and this should move or extend, quantity demand should extend or increase from point A to E, or from QD to Q, or 50 to Q, right? This will be also be some quantity. Let's say it's $80, 80 units, sorry. And now what should happen to the supplier? Supply should contract, or quantity supply should decrease from point B to E, because our main focus point is E. We have to move back to this point. So to move back to this point, price should decrease, quantity demand should extend, and quantity supplied should contract from 120 to 80, or from B to point E, right? This is point E. I believe you understand this topic, and if you do, then must subscribe to this channel as well, because this channel is going to help you a lot. And inshallah I'll be making a video on daily basis, I believe, inshallah, so that you can prepare for the midterm exams as well. So see you inshallah in the next video. Allah Hafiz.